They just have some work.
You're
They're like a regular
This is
farm.
boarding and grazing training.
All right.
Okay, we are back.
When last we were here, what was happening?
We dismissed the tax department because they did tell us that because tax rates could, or the dispersal rates could vary from year to year. Yes.
Who did that? Sorry.
Madam Chair, Senator from the Western.
One
We
other,
have to remember to shut and lock that window, though. The police department will be all over us,
BGS.
which means one of us needs to climb up there and put it down. Okay.
One more thing I was hoping we could cover today is, there's a technical amendment, that
Yes.
was not in either of our versions.
So we found it.
Yes, and I wondered if Kirby could take us through that, if that's okay with you, to just like check that box.
We have done a whole lot of Scrivener error fixes in bills this week.
Yes,
We moved commas, add, or.
great. And I spoke with, Kirby and I spoke with both Betsy Ann and Bloomer, and they said it was,
More than Scrivener.
no, but they said it was fine.
Oh.
Like that it would not be considered out of order of putting it in.
Oh.
I don't think that was the technical term, but
So Kirby Legislative Council, I do have some language, as Representative Kornheiser described, but I also learned of a new wrinkle related to this today that I'll need to go over with you because of something Senate Finance did.
What did we do?
So the origins of this, we're looking at section 22, which is the repeal of the Department of Fish and Wildlife fees.
Yeah.
And their general counsel had reached out to me a week and a half ago or so asking, does the immediate removal of Fish and Wildlife's fee setting authority automatically repeal their regulations? Because in H.933, the idea was that their regulations would stay in effect for until next year, and then next year would be when the the current fee schedule will be put in the statute, right?
Right.
Okay, so the answer to Hannah's question was because of 3 VSA section 848, the most likely interpretation would be that those regulations would be repealed immediately. I think there's some room for some argument there, but to be on the safe side, I put together this language to notwithstand that section and then to add some clarifying language for what was originally the intent in H.933. So the wrinkle is that in S.929, I think,
Miscellaneous Fish and Wildlife.
the Miscellaneous Fish and Wildlife Bill, which I'll share now.
which is that going from appropriations or is it on your floor?
It's,
I don't know what we did.
I think, I think we got notice today.
So this is not made its way through the Senate yet, but if the current, so what this language does, that's now in Senate Finance report for H.928, is that it puts the current fee schedule in regulation into statute now, or at least July 1, 2026. So if this is the path that gets taken, then the fix I showed you before is not what we should do. We should make some other changes to adapt H.933 to match the reality where the fee schedule is put in the statute now.
Is this their entire fee schedule is here?
Everything they're doing now got put in.
Yeah, I think it's
Sorry, I was just gonna say, I think this is the fee, my understanding is this is the fee schedule that they passed in rule
yes.
in February. So this was just approved by LCAR,
Yeah.
which is how it has been, the process has been. So Senator Brennan came in with an amendment to just put this fee schedule in, and Senate Finance agreed to put it in our amendment because it was the fee schedule that was just approved by LCAR.
then you had wanted them to come in January and this, not this, this eliminates the limbo area.
And
So,
it puts it all in statute, so they'll have to come back. The legislature would have to change it.
And the only thing they're allowed to do is increase, and that's in present law. Big game license fees.
Yeah, we're just looking. at
so
Yeah.
doing nothing is not the end of the world in this case. It's just messy. You have a report back in H.933 next year, which you could do nothing about, and it's not necessary because these are already in statute. We could do nothing about the issue with the regulation being repealed immediately by operation of law, because that would be also fine with this fee schedule being in statute, except there will be a gap there could be a gap because this is effective July 1, 2026.
And the other one's effective immediately?
It,
We should go back on passive.
that's out earlier.
Chris, to clarify the question. This is every single fee that the department charges?
Mr. Joint Fiscal, these are the fees that are in the rule, the specific
Okay.
rule about the use of lands and facilities.
Thank you.
But no access, no new
Yep.
fee, just this is what they're charging for the use, for campsites. And the conservation, permission of the conservation game,
So
so that it's all.
Which section is it?
Sections 21, 22, and 23. So section 21 and 23 are effective on passage. Section 22 was meant, that's the repeal of the regulation, was meant to be effective July 1, 2027. So assuming it's signed before July 1, 2026, there would be a gap where you could argue that, it's free, everything's free for a little while.
how long, what,
There we go.
I hear July 1st twice, so where's the gap? Am I mistaken?
Mhm.
27 and 26.
The gap would be on passage, so when the act is signed to July 1, 2026.
So we could move the effective date to July 1, 2026. As a fix, so there's no gap.
On passage,
On passage.
Or
what you mean when the governor actually signed it?
We could, you could. One thing would be that we could do the fix that I showed you and set that at July 2026. Yeah.
so that they're the same date certain.
Mhm.
This seems like a lot of bill, it's also very possible this bill will not make it into a law, given,
This bill doesn't make it into law, then you don't make up to the federal tax code.
no, not.
This one is not wildlife.
Oh, got you.
Fish and wildlife.
I have to be dramatic.
I know, I loved it, thank you. No, I meant 928, it's possible the 928 will finish,
Got it.
Okay,
right?
Well, yeah, I think it's on the floor tomorrow.
I know, but then
Yeah,
we
it
have to
has to
do
come back
things
to
and
you
then
guys.
this thing, I don't, it's everything.
it's
feels a little-
all going,
Right,
but
okay. I would just like us to find a path forward that
Yeah,
would work if it passes
If
and
it
works if
doesn't
it doesn't pass.
so that everybody knows what the legal charge is.
Yes,
July 1st to rent the building in the camp to the ground.
so
Or tuition that will be started in conservation.
Yeah, they started.
Yeah,
So would it work for us to do Kirby's fix, but change the date to July 1st?
I think we all want to do the
Okay,
fix. I think you gotta leave it.
Kirby, yeah, yeah.
I'll figure out the fix, and I will also, should I assume that you don't want the report back? Or did you want the report back?
I suppose if the other bill doesn't pass.
Yeah, let's take
Or
the
we could put the fees in this bill. They're all in one bill. But then
Okay.
that means you're.
Let's just leave the report.
Leave the report.
And the report can be short.
But make sure that in the event the other thing passes, there's no gap without fees.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. Okay.
It's never the intent to leave it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yes.
Is it helpful to go through and say the things that we feel like we don't need to talk about anymore? That are all,
Okay.
that we are comfortable concurring with, and what's open? Is that helpful? So we feel like we accomplished something in our lives?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can it make it Zorro or?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna do a check mark.
I always do the Zorro.
I do?
The house, whenever bills come where you take it, you do the Zorro. Yeah.
I don't think we get to do that. I think.
I think,
yeah,
I don't know, geez, staff does.
So 4A is fine for us. 4B is fine. 4C is fine. 6 is fine. 19, we want to talk about more. 20 is fine.
Put on there.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm affirmative.
I'm assuming 50.
50, we want to discuss
Yeah.
more. 55 is fine. And I would like to continue discussing the others.
55A,
Just want to spend a little bit on it.
okay. 55A, 59, 3A, and 3.
Mhm.
Yes, it's true. And this people are 55. Well, actually,
About 63?
there really isn't. This is the auditor raised the questions, and this is just.
We heard from both the auditor and Burlington committee who wants, after they left you,
There's a new.
who had a new something
something.
that was okay with everyone.
Yeah. So we'll make sure we get the right thing that's okay with everyone.
Great. And clarifying intent is very important.
Yes,
Yes. Okay.
okay.
Wait, somebody did a
So
question?
maybe we can look at that language
Yeah.
and your fixed language next term.
Okay. Okay, so 19 is gonna be one of the.
And then 19, I don't feel like we fully understand the way the rules that you set out work. So maybe we could go through those a little bit.
We'll go through that. Okay, and then 55A. That was adjustments, I think. So. Curvy your tax to your coupling, very incestuous things. There's a lot of coupling.
Whew. Who's learned that for such a thing?
Not gonna say.
Okay, now we've got a $500,000 disagreement on 59.
And then on the pilot, I'm worried that we're creating, I'm worried we're creating incentives to just spend whatever that 18 million or more is before. I'm worried we're creating incentives to actually spend the pilot money faster in the budget rather than leaving a cushion there. That's
is
one
a
thing,
possibility.
knowing our colleagues.
Yes, that
thing.
has been mentioned.
And- Yes.
Yes.
And we also have taken testimony and not had time to really focus on the fact that the actual pilot payments could use some fixing, as
Yeah.
you
And then
alluded to, and
I
we
don't-
just haven't had the bandwidth.
I don't know how many towns are out there that get that.
And there's something like
Yeah.
AOT parking lots apparently don't get pilot payments. There's like
A lot
weird
of
stuff like that. I know.
They check.
And those weren't fully funded until 20.
Right. So, and those towns are in
Yeah.
any other town.
And then the general fund covered land seems like there's weird stuff about how that's valued.
That has been going on.
Yeah.
Since before my time, so forever. And, I mean, that was the argument for pilot. If you had a town forest, you got paid.
Mhm.
If you had a garage, you got nothing. And, but we get some looking at revenue sharing.
We had a really great
Yeah.
report that I believe Ted wrote 3 years ago.
It's something, yes.
It was a
because
fabulous
it
report. and
was
we haven't
Peter
really-
Anthony was very
Mhm.
interested in it. So it was last session.
Mhm.
And looking for ways to do revenue sharing with the towns.
That I think are more meaningful than dispersing $3 million every fifth year.
Good, well. Problem is, all we need is money.
So that's revenue sharing can take many forms, of course.
Yeah. And we had a couple meetings over in joint fiscal, just I think between in the summers. To talk about what could we do? Yeah, we never came to anything, but it's been discussed. And we kind of have this thing that's grown like topsy and it doesn't. It isn't the most rational approach. There are towns that are getting nothing.
Yeah, I think it'd be helpful to have one of our colleagues actually like sort of own that as an issue and really put together some comprehensive legislation based on that report. Minnesota does cool stuff, New York does cool stuff.
Just remember which city I represent, and a sewer clog was always my solution to any bad action up here.
That's,
They never took me up.
Who's your name? Is there anything else we should figure out today?
I think so. Okay. You know, this,
Obligations, Chris.
Chris, do you want to talk through this at some point? Do you want to do that today or another?
Perhaps another time, because I'm not entirely sure what you want me to talk about.
Cool,
what,
okay.
what is it?
It's
It's
just,
how the pilot's used.
Oh, okay.
might be moving in other goals as well.
Yeah, Senate Finance has already seen that, Madam Chair.
Oh, it's a.
With the T-bill.
yes.
Okay.
I think this has to be
Yes,
maybe like
there is-
the
there is
last bill we
a-
passed.
Yes, the transportation bill does do things
Mhm.
to the pilot.
So I think that I guess that conference has to close before we can sure we're.
We're not gonna get to the TIF today. Okay.
Okay.
When do you want me to?
Wait, did we move this? No,
No, we moved yield.
we moved yield to 2:00 tomorrow. Because some of us have meeting at 8:30, right? So it's still at 8:30.
And then appropriations has a something.
Okay.
Is your committee meeting tomorrow?
Yes, we've got all the Bs coming in on that educational technology. We've now moved them to 1:00.
Oh, okay.
You're booked tomorrow till about 4.
Do you have time in the morning?
We're on the floor at 10.
Oh, okay.
And if the hot air doesn't die tomorrow, we could be on there till 4.
Shall we meet at 4 tomorrow or shall we wait until Thursday?
I would prefer Thursday because I guess great.
Okay. Thursday, no, you can't do 9.
You do 9:30
9.
or Friday. I can
I
be
think
here
Friday's a
anytime.
little,
Friday's
Anytime
getting
in
I
the
late.
think Friday's getting late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1:00 on Thursday,
Do that.
does that work?
Sure.
Okay.
Do that.
Thanks.
It's not,
Charlotte, you're doing that? Or telling someone to do that?
I'll tell.
Thank you.
Okay, one Thursday. And that's miscellaneous, right?
Mhm.
And,
We're gonna look at 2 pieces of language from Kirby.
okay. And
We're gonna-
tomorrow, where do we yield?
Wait, let's finish miscellaneous tax receipts. So we'll hear language from Kirby. And we'll talk more about this SGOs.
Okay.
For,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, the TIF